tag, and you get a tag, and you get a tag, and I've got a tag for period E.
Yes.
He is an Eric.
E is an,
E and F. So
You get E and F?
oh, I might have to scoop an F tag.
So your first tag is for E?
no, first tag is B. I got E. I got F.
Attaboy.
Oh yeah.
We're live. So should we hit the button?
Press the button.
This is
Oh wait, I'm not ready.
Oh, imagine that.
Start
False alarm.
recording, and then start recording, and
this is the Okayest Hunter podcast. Never pass on shooter bucks, 'cause that's just meat in the freezer. It's your tag, you hunt how you want. This is Okayest Hunter.
Smooth.
Jepson's bourbon. I thought you guys were gonna shit your pants when you
It's
saw this bottle come out.
it's definitely the Malort of bourbon.
Did you not get like a tingle down your
did.
spine
a
when
little
you
bit
saw
of a
that
tingle and a little turn of the stomach when I saw that.
tingle in my hind end?
Yeah. Whoa.
That was a little scary.
What was it? Instant diarrhea?
I intended on drinking this the night we had the Malort, but then I was way too freaked out. I couldn't do it.
I don't think Matt's had the Malort yet.
Have you had it?
I've had both.
Okay.
Just not
Good
with
save.
us.
Good
Yeah.
save there.
So
It
was
was not great. It's
Was
not
it
great.
was it the first drink of the night or one of the last, or was it in the middle?
right in the middle?
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, ruined the rest of the night of drinking.
Mm.
I had a buddy,
Yeah.
Shane, got trashed on just the Malort because we were doing this game about like there's that YouTube commercial. It's like Malort, I'll have another, and then he takes a shot and then he describes what it tastes like. So then our buddy Shane, we made him do that. We made everyone do it, but he just kept going. He's like, Malort, I'll have another. I'll have another. And like 12 later, we're like, what's wrong with him? And he just kept going, and then he got trashed.
Oh man,
Not a good one.
my
Yeah.
stomach hurts
He's like,
just
it's
thinking
fine.
about
I don't
it.
think it tastes bad at all. I'm like, you're not normal.
There's something wrong with your taste buds, dude.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're gone.
Well,
when you drink lighter fluid all the time, that may be why. I don't
yeah,
know.
that could be it. Does anyone else want to do the ad reads today? There's no reading. I just make it up.
Oh, no.
Brought to you by Half Rack. Half-rack.com. Use code OHP for 15% off. I went a little
Yeah,
crazy with the hunter hangers.
If
in
you go to the
studio.
site and they're out of stock for the hunter hangers,
You'll
they're
know
all
why.
in
Blame
Eric's
blame Eric
basement.
Clark for that. There's hunter hangers everywhere. I mean, they hold up our headset, a bow, a grunt call, and I don't know what
I
else.
think that's it for now.
I think they're holding the door on its hinges too.
Underwear rack in the bedroom.
TV.
Oh
too,
yeah, TV.
probably
Yep,
TV.
yep. They're definitely holding up the TV.
they're very useful, very practical, and I want to do like a video with the swivel. I keep talking about the stupid swivels. I don't even. It's not even the best selling thing. I don't care.
You
But I
love
want-
the swivel.
You know,
He's
like
He loves
I totally have an idea for a commercial for you to make.
well, you know how people like. There's always the
I
guy
totally
that turns
do.
evil in the chair, like rolls around, and then he like rolls back. I
Dr.
want to do
Evil.
that. Like,
We're just
I'll
gonna
just-
put you out.
I'll just get in the chair and I'll be like,
No.
Oh God.
Wow.
that. I'm really good at turkey calling, guys. You heard that right.
You've been practicing.
Yes, you
I
have.
just busted these out right now. They're all slide. All full of slide. This is okay. Oh,
You're gonna choke on that thing.
someone said you're supposed to say like "ow, ow, ow" when you do it in your mouth.
We know that's what the
Hold on a
turkeys are
second.
saying. Yeah, ow, ow, ow. Turkeys
Where's it
are
gonna
covering
go?
their
Maybe that
ear
was another
holes.
one of those
and
weird
running away.
situations where I got gullible. Did you,
Yeah,
hear, did you
that
hear
was-
about that one?
What do you mean?
Which one?
We were at the trade show, and I was live on, I don't know, TikTok or something, and someone said, "Please say a prayer, my Dixie, comma, she's wrecked." And I was like, "My Dixie wrecked?" And I just kept saying it like I didn't
Fish
get it.
on.
And then,
Oh, we got
Matt's
him.
like, "I think he means you're, you know."
I was doing this in the back.
He's messing with you.
I wish I was wearing this shirt. Anyway, yeah, so that was fun. Latitude Outdoors.
Hey,
There we go.
Speed sticks are coming. Platforms are coming.
Can't wait.
We had a really fun conversation last week about the 2-piece saddle system.
we did, and
what do you call
the
the
many
sky- the
the many
sky?
benefits.
The Sky Popper? What did he
The
call
sky
it?
dump.
The Sky Dump.
Sky dump.
I feel bad because I keep saying that's what it's good
Yeah,
for.
man.
I've
You're
never
not.
done that, but you're never
It's
gonna
also
forget
good for
about it.
hunting and
Yeah.
like stuff like that. But it is recreational.
Recreational pooping as well.
They should April Fools came out with toilet paper,
Hey, hunter hook.
Latitude paper.
That's
on the
almost a
Hunter
toilet
Hook.
paper spindle.
There-
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
yeah,
Work?
that could work. Put that in the outhouse. No, I killed this buck out of.
We
a
are
saddle.
literally
I mean,
shitting on our
that's
sponsors
impressive.
right now.
Oh gosh, poor guys. They're awesome.
Yes, they
I
are.
love that saddle. I really do. I mean, how much I can talk about. Does anyone hunt out of stands or saddles for turkey? Is that uncommon? It seems
Yes.
very uncommon.
Very uncommon.
Would it be fun? Probably.
I actually do have a spot that crossed my mind the other day that I might saddle on for turkeys.
That'd be a great YouTube title. Saddle hunting for turkey. Got it done.
And hey, if I don't have any good turkey footage, I can always, get a sky dump on.
We don't want to get that on camera.
Are you
Although
sure?
someone trail camera probably pick that
GoPro
up.
footage.
There you go. Action shot right there.
You know how you have this one pointing down? I have one pointing up. Sorry.
Glass,
You're going to see a lot more than you bargained
It's
for.
just under a piece of glass.
Oh, Lord have
One
mercy.
single plop. How many pins do you have in your Spartan Forge for turkeys? How are you leveraging it for turkey scouting?
Well, one could say you would probably use it in the dark as you're navigating your way in, especially if you got an unfamiliar piece of property where you're wanting to get to a certain area. If you put a pin on the map and you follow a trail in, it'd be pretty easy to do.
It's a pretty obvious way.
Very obvious.
You were using it on the ocean, weren't you?
I did use it on the ocean just to scout out the cuts in right off the surf, right off the beach.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Matt's here, by the way. Hey, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Don't forget
Hey,
about that
We
guy.
got the other OK as Fisher podcast host in the room. Him and Greg are running that whole thing.
Mhm.
If you haven't heard it, you're missing out. You got to go check it out. Although they're slacking this week. We don't have an episode up yet.
Well,
we did record one.
recorded
That
one,
counts
but
for
we
something.
thought,
That counts for
well,
something.
hang on to that one for a little bit here and let it stew and let it age a little bit. Unlike this bourbon, it might get better with age.
Maybe a little more water. Who's shooting their method arrows at turkey? Are you guys all bringing shotguns? Or is anyone bringing a bow? That's the thing. People bow hunt with turkeys. I mean,
Yeah,
bow hunt
yeah.
For turkeys.
It's an option.
Yeah, it is an option for me too. I have a place where I could chuck up a blind, although we all know how well it
we
goes.
saw episode.
How
whatever
great it
I
was,
know,
goes.
7.
I know you like shooting out of those.
I love them,
Got a
especially with a bow.
nail. Yeah. Fling it right over its back again.
Yep, I might
You poor
just send
thing.
one, airmail one right over.
I really want to use my bow, but I don't want to put up a blind
No,
because I don't want anyone to see. Like, you know what I mean? A blind is so
Well, it's just the
glaringly
thing.
obvious that people can
That guy's-
see,
that guy's
even if
turkey
you
hunting.
only have it up for a couple hours. Like,
But maybe that means he'll stay away. Like,
Yeah.
well, I'm obviously not going to knock on that farmer's
Mm.
door. That guy's there.
no, they're going right up to it. Is anybody in there?
Oh, geez.
Dude, get away here. It's I'm hunting here.
Well, I used Spartan Forge and it
Beat
said there's no one here in the satellite imagery last night.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got one spot. It's like a overgrown grass field, and last year the turkeys were out there like crazy. You could just see like fans above the grass. I don't know why they're out in this tall grass field, but they like going out there. And this
Hens
morning,
were there.
this morning for nesting, usually later in the season, but this morning they were all out there. 4 fans sticking out of the grass. They're there. So I'm
Well-
like, there's no good setup spots there, but I'm like, if I sat out there with my bow and I just had my little turkey fan in front of me, like they might come in and I might be able to just pop up
yeah.
over the top and get a shot.
Anytime I
off.
see tall grass like that, it reminds me of that Jurassic Park movie. I don't know which number one it was when those raptors are going through the grass.
Mhm.
I mean, turkeys are actually called raptors, right? There's
No,
a flock of them.
They are not.
I don't
That
think
is
so.
that. Somebody in the comments back me up. That is a fact.
Was it Dixie? Dixie Rack?
Dixie Rick.
Yeah. I swear to God, I've heard this before. A group of turkeys is called raptors.
And a raptor's a bird of prey.
Yeah, raptor's a bird
I
of
think
prey.
we have a blog article on our website about how turkeys are actually just
I
dinosaurs.
think you better research your blog.
Everything's kind of just dinosaurs.
Mhm. Yeah, they're hatching
I
from
always wanted
eggs,
to be a
dude.
dinosaur when I grew up. Step Brothers. Well, but that's not possible, Dad. You can't be a dinosaur.
So one day I just gave up on it.
Oh,
Got to
shit.
channel your inner dinosaur.
I don't know. You tagged some antlers that you found, some sheds on Go Wild. How many did you find the other day?
Well, yesterday I found 8, which is actually my personal best day for numbers, but they were all tiny. Like you could put them in your pocket.
Those are the hardest ones to find, as we often
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
You can disguise that. Did you find anything? No, I didn't. Didn't find nothing.
Yep, there you go.
Hide in your pockets.
Yeah, so
You
between
were just training your eyesight. That's all you were doing.
I
It's a
mean,
good
I
day
was,
for
I
that.
was spotting them pretty good, but between the amount that squirrels chewed off of antlers and the overall size being like 6 inches or less,
Yeah.
wasn't a great day for quality. But I was happy to find some.
You know, quantity
I-
over quality. You'll have days like that, even in fishing.
Okay, guys.
Silver
I'm
dollars. they
sharing
call
on the
them.
screen here. The
Sure.
wild turkey
Flame
Mel-
bluegills.
Melagris
You can get a fillet
galapavo.
out of that.
is
the
an upland
PG
game bird
version.
native to North America. Wild turkeys have many calls, gobblers, yelp, clucker, purrs. Are turkeys related to raptors? Meet the relatives, the dinosaur family tree. Your holiday turkey is a what the hell? How do you pronounce that? Can somebody say that? Saurischanian dinosaur like Apatosaurus, Tyrannosaurus, and Velociraptor.
Saurischanian.
When I first learned that a group of turkeys is called a rafter, I thought there was raptor, so I'm wrong twice. My first thought was dinosaur, but it's because they look like a raptor. Well, I'm getting
Rafters.
schooled here by the internet. A rafter? Yep, that's it.
I like my Thanksgiving dinosaur.
looking
with a bit
okay
of
so
gravy.
How many turkeys are in a rafter? But it does take.
But I think that
Well, looking at the rafter, I'd say none.
Hey guys,
are they roosting in the
a ra-
rafters?
A rafter of turkeys. When you see a group of rafters of turkeys, there will be 2 or more found together. And yes, by all means, shout it out. All right, internet. Fuck you. I thought I was onto something there.
All right, from this
I
point
was
forward,
close. There was not. I was not in any reason for me not to believe that. Like,
from this point forward,
He was on
within this
Malort
group
again.
chat, at least all groups of turkeys will be known as raptors. Had a whole flock
And
of
it's not
raptors
gonna-
coming this morning.
no, it's not going to be a flock. It's going to be a school of raptors.
School
School of
Raptors.
Raptors. I like
why are
it.
they
Yes.
called rafters? I thought for sure it was like raptor, as in dinosaur. I've
I
been saying
will
that for
say-
years, and no one's corrected me.
I will say raptors almost makes more sense than rafters.
But I didn't discern why rafter was the term. So you learn something new every day. Beware of ticks. Oh yeah, ticks are not good. Tom DeCray.
Yeah.
I had a couple on me already.
Really?
Yep.
From just out and about tread hunting or what?
Walking yesterday, had like probably 5 or 6 that I picked off me.
That's cool.
That's
Chest.
alarming.
Stomach, I had my shirt tucked in, socks tucked in, the pants pulled over the socks, all that jazz. And
No gators, huh?
no gators.
Decided not to do the gators.
She was hot yesterday.
Yeah, she was
Didn't
on.
need the leg sweat.
God dang it. I hate ticks. Stupid animals.
I really need to just spray
I-
down some clothes with that permethrin.
I have a whole yellow giant bottle I got off Amazon. I will definitely spray anything.
I
if
have
go out
it
in the
sat
woods.
in my garage for 3 years. I've never sprayed it.
Mm.
Stupid.
Question: Have any of you reaped a turkey yet?
I tried.
I did too, and failed miserably.
Oh yeah, that's a skinny in shape guy's game.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
Derek.
6'2", 6'3". I can't hide behind a fan.
No,
I went 700 yards on my belly through a muddy field and had one come screaming in.
He saw you hanging on the edges.
Well, no, he got to like 50 yards and he's like, "That's too big to be a turkey." And I was like, "No, we're never through the decoy down." Pulled the gun up. It was just covered in mud. I'm like,
Leroy
Crap.
Jenkins.
The barrel is just
Everything.
long. Yeah.
I kind of flung it off and shot. Yeah, I was nowhere near.
Closest I've come was I spotted a turkey out in this little field up by the cabin. So I was like making a loop on it, and I got up to like where I could kind of see the opening, and he wasn't there. And I was like, "Oh crap!" But I had like my decoy in my hand, and all of a sudden I looked, and he's standing like 30 yards away, looking at me, and I'm like, "Shit!" And I took my decoy, and I just kind of started doing this while I'm standing there,
You're
and he
giving
went
him-
into
you're doing
full
this?
strut, and I was like, "This stupid turkey." So then I just
This
slowly
could
got
work.
down. I'm wiggling the decoy, so I put it down, and I rested my gun on top of the decoy, and he came right into 20 yards, and I shot him. So I didn't really reap him, but I gave him the old trickaroo.
yeah, you danced around in front of them a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, I had the
Gave him-
moves.
You did a little dance.
They were good for crossing openings though. If you're
Oh,
trying to get field edge to field edge, I try to be as small as I can walking, and I've
Which
never
is
gotten-
difficult, but
Very,
yeah.
very
Mhm.
difficult.
No, but if they do pop out, it's way better than
Yeah, because there's like
you walking.
that's a weird turkey. He's 6 feet tall, and
It's tall Tom over there.
Tell you what, when you're sitting your buns to
But
the
you've
ground,
seen
they do look like they're 6 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the videos of the guys that like get down and do like a the turkey walk and they strut and the turkeys come into that?
Those
kind
are
of
farm
stuff?
birds.
That's funny. I've seen videos like that. They're funny.
Yeah.
They're funny, but it's not real.
How's that hams?
Delicious.
It's a cold
Pork
enough?
chop in a can, buddy.
I haven't had
It
it.
is.
I haven't had one. I'm gonna have to crack
It's
the hams.
it's not bad.
That was the beer of choice in college for
But
our
that was
group.
like $6 for a 12-pack or something.
It's not.
That's
You
why
know
I
what?
buy it.
I'd prefer it over that other thing you got hiding in
well,
that.
apparently
sleeve.
you and everybody else right now.
No, just drinkability. It's pretty damn good.
It tastes good. No, there's an old PBR commercial. It's not a real commercial. It's like some YouTube video. Again, back in the day, I was really into just like going into nerd holes on YouTube. And this PBR commercial, he's like, "My name's Tom Raper, and I am American, and I drink PBR. And my 12-year-old son, he can go in and to the gas station, the grocery store, and buy PBR, and they check the ID. He says, no, you check the state. He's from the state of Louisiana, and you serve him. He's an American citizen." It has nothing to do with the fact that he's 12. He goes, "It's not like it's good, but that's what's," or he said, "It's not like it's drinkable, but that's what is good about it. It's like the Americans, the Brits going down your throat to fight the redcoats." And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? So after that, I just drank PBR for like 2 years straight. I couldn't get enough.
It had won you.
Same reason why I got into Malort, stupid YouTube. But yeah, you would say it's not drinkable, but that's what's good about it. That was like one of the best lines I've heard in the last decade. I don't know if that's true for hams, if that's what you mean. It sounds like it is drinkable, but
It's
that's
drinkable.
what's good about it.
Land of the sky blue waters.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine, Chris Rosenberg, aka Rosie, loves fucking hams. Like, loves it.
Does he go by Rosie Palms?
Well, his last name's Rosenberg, so just Rosie. And
Okay.
and his biceps are about the size of my freaking mouth. They're bigger than my legs these days.
So I
What's
shouldn't
up?
call him Rosie Palms when I meet him.
He's got a chest the size of a fucking, I don't know, the Hulk.
So when he says it, he does say it with his chest.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
He's a big man. I hope he listens to this episode. He's a dump truck driver, and he's got a mouth like a sailor. It's one of my favorite people to get drunk with. We'll hang out, our wives, and then him and I are just trash talking about who knows what. And my wife's like, "Wow, you really let your filter go?" I'm like, "I have no filter when I'm around Chris. Are you kidding me? This is my favorite time of year."
Trying to fit in.
Anyway, so turkeys, huh? Yeah. I don't know anything about turkeys.
Raptors.
Yeah, rafters.
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 Where do you find them? Let's start there.
School
Like I
of
know you look
rafters.
at roost and but like it seems like every video I've ever seen of a turkey hunt actually is a field. Like you're not going deep into the woods to be a badass to kill a turkey, right?
You can though.
You can. I mean, anybody can make anything look pretty badass and go deep.
But
and
is that
far.
where the turkeys are?
Sometimes.
Like what I wouldn't hunt them exactly like a whitetail.
Well, no. The best thing about turkey hunting is when you put them to bed, they're not going to move. They're going to be there the next morning. They don't have 8 hours of darkness to sneak around on you and throw you off.
So you kind of see where they're gonna head in.
That's the easiest way: spot birds and put them to bed at night, and you put a play on them in the
Put them to
morning.
bed does not mean kill them.
No.
I'm
Roost
just-
them.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
Not,
roost.
not
watch-
roast them. Again, you guys, the terms are too close.
Roast and rafters.
Yeah, we're gonna roast some rafters. We're gonna roast a whole school of them.
No, but like what Matt was saying, if you figure out, or even if you don't know where they're roosting, like you drive around early in the morning, and typically, not always, because you're gonna have turkeys that do this in the woods too, but like turkeys love to go to big open areas in the morning and strut and show off, especially early in the season with all the other turkeys. So you get to learn pretty quick
Mhm.
where there's groupies, groupies.
Groupies.
Turkey groupies.
The groupies, man.
Where the groupies are at.
That wasn't me this time. I didn't. That one's made up. Mine was based on something real.
Mine was
factual.
not.
Yeah. So once you find the groupies,
The
the
groupies
roost,
of rafters.
the groupies of rafters, the beds aren't far away. The old roost tree, it's not far away.
So you got to kind of figure out which direction they're going to fly down. And like that old one we saw,
And-
that
and-
hen
and-
last year,
and
she
that-
was flying from forever.
And that can
away.
change with the wind. It literally can. Like there'll
Not
be
because of the wind, though.
there'll be
right?
3 days in a row where they fly down the same area, and if there's one thing that screws it up, it could be a coyote running through, it could be a hunter, it could be anything. Chances are you're not going to get that same groupie of rafters coming down and hanging out in that area again. They're going to move north, south, east, or west of where
Okay.
you saw them.
Or just making shit up here.
Not a lot of people think this is an educational podcast, but let
Well,
me tell you
well,
what.
do some
Well, we-
educating.
Today,
They shouldn't expect anything
you're
less.
gonna
So
learn some stuff.
People have learned from this podcast.
That's
A
unbelievable.
lot of what
that
not
is
to do.
unbelievable.
We had one the other time. What was it? Last week or 2 weeks? This one said, "Oh, I didn't know that." But the coffee, I didn't know some about like the lighter roast
Yeah.
is stronger. That was a new learning some people had. Go figure. So I don't know. So when you locate them, or you have an idea of where they are, you don't necessarily obviously know where they're going to end up, but you have a good idea. And then what's your strategy from there?
Well, once you get them located, and you can kind of tell which way they're going to go. If they're roosted near a field edge, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go to that field edge first off. There's a potential they'll work there, and then they'll make a big loop around and potentially roost in the same tree. You just want to get close enough in to where they're killable right away, but not too close because they'll see you walking in. So you can't be like 10 feet away from the tree that they're roosted in. Does that make sense? It's all situational too.
And we've all made that mistake, haven't we?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I know exactly where the roost tree is. I'm going to get right in there, and you get at the base of that tree, or maybe you get 20 yards from that tree and set up. You go in with a headlamp on in the dark. Well, that was the biggest mistake you could possibly make. And then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose above you, and maybe they come back, maybe they don't,
or you could pull a me and be like, "That's a great spot. There's no way they're roosted in that tree."
and then they
And
scare
then-
the shit out of you.
Yep, because there's like 40 of them up in that tree. I'm
Yep.
like, how are they even in
That's
there?
the big thing where like you could be like be deer hunting, and those things. My buddy Greg calls them jungle monsters. He's like, dude, no, he never had gone hunting before ever. Marine, hardened, battle tested fella, and he's like, well, no one told me about the fucking jungle monsters that were out in the woods. I about had a damn heart attack when one of those giant birds came crashing out of fucking trees. He's
They
like,
are
"What the
loud.
shit?"
They are
Holy-
very loud. There is nothing graceful about a turkey.
Oh, it's like a patio chair trying to land in a pine tree. It's just not great.
How many limbs can I take down in the day? Let's see.
They're
Man.
clunky animals.
They
They are
are.
just stupid. That's why I think they're called thunder chickens.
Yeah,
Chickens
that's
are
right.
pretty dumb animals. These are just a bigger version of a chicken.
The B-52 gross.
Yeah. We have the B-52 bomber sticker where it's just dropping turkeys. I thought that was a pretty clever. We tried to do a good job with that. I didn't get Greg's vision to come to life because I'm a crappy graphic designer, but I did my best.
It works. Some people get it.
That sticker sold a lot of. I'm surprised at the trade show. People are scooping that one up. And the other one, what's the other one we have? The
Jake break.
The Jake break one, man.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen. This is the one. If you're watching, you can see it on the screen. But I did have the phone number up. If you're on Instagram, head to YouTube if you want to jump into the comments because we can't see those on the screen. Instagram is over there. You're far away. I can't touch the phone. And if you want to call in, you've got turkey tactics, tips, stories, whatever. It's 262-757-4122. The phone lines are hot. They're open. Ring them up if you can. If it's not bath night, which is the usual excuse that I get. Sorry, couldn't call it. It was bath night.
That's fine.
It's okay. I get it. I'm not mad. I'm just saying.
Matt brought some new toys with him. I see a couple of cool things. What do you got cooking there, Matt?
Got some turkey calls.
I see.
So I got
Go
the
figure.
top camera going here. You can, obviously this is a podcast first, but if
Sure.
you're watching along, you kind of see what Matt's doing here.
So I got 3 calls I brought just to have some fun with. Let the guys check them out. It's our double-sided call, which we launched this year after a year and a half of demoing. So that one's there. These are the 2 ones we're demoing for this year. It's just a glass over slate and a different type of wood. And then glass over aluminum. Wait, glass over aluminum.
Aluminum
No,
over
aluminum
glass.
over glass.
Yeah.
My apologies. It's that bourbon or whatever that is.
I blame the Lord.
And then we're doing some carbon fiber strikers this year out of old arrow shafts. So that's
But what
interesting.
kind of arrow shafts?
Method archery.
Boom! Look at that.
Yes.
Keep it in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Which does work amazingly well. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was just playing with these in the carbon.
Both of us
Striker.
were, and it was like,
So can
well,
do
you
it?
never
Is
know.
someone going to try it out? I didn't hear any clucking or purring.
I was waiting for the rest of the rafters to kick in with me, but let's give her a go.
Should we get
You
a
know what?
rafter band going?
That really cuts into the ear there. Is this how they sound in the woods? Or I just hear the same sounds.
Put your mouth call in now.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh God! Putting shafts in my mouth over here. Ow! whoever's driving right now when they listen to this and be like, God, you guys, what the hell are you doing? I have one of those shaker gobblers. Just because it's fun. Like, and the kids get really excited when I bust all these calls out. They get so excited about it. I have an owl call, a crow call,
My kids love
the
the owl
gobbler
hooter.
call, like so many calls. So like the shot gobbling is just you're doing some sort of predatory call or something to get them to gobble in shock, which hence the term shock gobble.
Slam a car door.
And that's
clap
going to
your
help
hands.
you locate these birds. But they literally get so freaked out, like, oh, you scared me.
I remember
that's what
pulling
they're
up to
doing?
a job site once and getting out of my work truck and just kind of bringing things in and slamming the back door, and two of them teed off probably 30 yards into the woods. Never even knew they were there. I don't know if they had just woke up or they were on a afternoon stroll, slammed the door, and they both teed off. So goes to show you. But then you can be out there with the nicest sounding call, trying to get them to respond, and they're quiet until they see your decoys, and then they start to make a little bit of motion. You might hear them spit drum a little bit, and that's it.
Do you call or do you wait until you hear some action? Because when we were out, you're like, you're not going to do all that shit here, Eric.
No,
I was like, what the heck? I don't have all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the time of the season. Like right now, just going out yesterday, I could have went out there with my truck and slammed my door and probably got them to gobble. But they were gobbling literally every 5 to 10 minutes.
Is that
They
because
were-
they're all horned up or what?
Oh yeah, they're all jacked up. Well, look at Anthony's story. Anthony
yeah,
Heller.
yeah, but what are we talking about here? Turkeys?
Yeah. So you look at Anthony's
Don't want
story.
to get the guy in trouble.
Dude was out just walking, and he's got a red phone case, and they saw that red, and 4 of them come charging right at him.
That's crazy.
You know, and he did nothing
Well,
other than just stand
that was,
there.
our buddies at Run and Gun here. They had a pretty crazy turkey. Turkey.
Oh, yeah,
post, too.
Justin's?
Justin.
Justin, yeah,
Justin.
Simon was
In,
Close
in
encounter?
Illinois, just taking a walk, trying to get pictures of them, and they were just
he
jag
was
offs
shed
to him.
hunting, and the turkeys were all up on him. He's like shed hunting gone turkey wild or something like that or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, look like they're. So that we did that. We ended up doing that meme a while back of like the office space where they kick the printer or the computer.
With the buddies.
So that's like with
Yep.
the Jake stew, and they, you actually drop one, they all come up and start kicking the damn thing.
hmm
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Man, turkeys are weird animals. I just can't get over how freaking weird they are. And I know they have beautiful colored feathers, but they're ugly animals.
That's why you shoot them in the face with a shotgun.
They're just disgusting.
Nothing.
looking.
That's the only bad part about killing one early in the morning when there's dew and they start flopping. Like turkeys are ugly, but you ever
Do
see
they
a
go
wet
wet?
turkey
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
flopping
even
in the dew?
disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. Even the fans, they never quite look the same.
That one that I killed a couple of years ago in my tennis shoes in a rainstorm. It's raining sideways. I shot that thing. Ducks look prettier. I mean, it's wow. That thing was an ugly looking bird.
You still took some good pictures somehow.
I shook
You,
it
like,
off as
dry
best
it
I
off or
could.
something. You get a
Uh,
hair dryer out.
No,
Leaf
No.
blower.
those
That'll
were from
work.
a distance, and I spread the fan out, and it was still pouring rain sideways when I did it. So
Greg, what's your favorite thing about turkey hunting?
getting up early, watching the sun come up, listening to all the birds, and then the turkeys wake up and all the noises they make.
That's your favorite part.
Having
But is that the same
having
thing with deer hunting?
having deer come wandering in.
Yeah, we had that doe come by.
Yep. I mean, I've had encounters with coyotes, and I whacked a coyote, and the decoy spread once too. They just came
By a
charging
small
in.
game tag.
At that point, I still had a small game. I don't know, but I just took care of business. Landowner didn't want them on there.
What do you do with the coyote after you kill it? What do you do with that? Do you-
Bury it. It's the
This
Yeah.
time of year.
this time of year. They're
Yeah,
blowing their
same
winter
goes,
coat.
yeah.
They're pretty much a mess.
They look mangy.
Yeah, they're real mangy, and that one was real mangy. But I had 2 of them sneak in. One snuck downwind. I turned around and looked, and he was eyeballing me from about 40 yards. He caught my wind and booked it, and the other one was dumb enough to come upwind of me and was too tempted by the decoys, and he actually knocked the decoy off the stake. And as he went past, I just drew up left-handed and swung and shot with a 3.5-inch mag and dumped him.
He didn't like that, did he?
Well, let's just say he didn't have the guts to do that again.
Oh my god! But you didn't. So after that, like, you didn't have any turkeys come by.
They came out of the woods. I knew where they
There's a
were. They
dead
were hung
coyote
up.
laying there. They're not gonna
Yeah, I
come
was
into
like,
that.
well, do I let the coyote run around or do I wait for the turkeys? The turkeys, I could hear them gobbling off, 200-300 yards into the woods. And after I shot, then they came out to see what was going on because I heard the boom, and I heard them gobble after I shot, and then they ran out and they stood at the end of the field looking around, going, "What's going on?" And turkey decoys off the stake, and there's one other decoy just kind of looking puzzled, and then there's
Dead
a big
coyote.
yeah, there's a dead coyote, and there's a 6 foot tall dumb guy standing in
that
the
turkey
decoy
just killed a
spread.
coyote. We got to hang out with that guy.
Well, they were hoping that gunshot was going to be one of their buddies dead.
They could
Let's
go
go
kick 'em.
stomp
Let's
Tom's
go
ass.
stomp- yeah, totally. And
Come on, guys.
to be quite honest with you, it was like 6 gobblers that came out first, and the hens were behind. So it was like, yeah, it
They're
was
just
on.
rolling deep.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they're a weird animal, aren't they?
50 Cent end up in the club over there on that field. What's that clip that you got? Show me that farm.
Oh, from The Office.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mhm.
Show me that farm.
I sat on that one for a long time.
Yeah, because you couldn't freaking screen
Nope.
record because you don't have a damn iPhone.
Nope, just an Android.
Step over to the
Getting
dark
here.
side, Matt. Over to the dark side.
One day.
Oak Tree Dreams, by the way, I see all your posts here. I'm not doing a good job of sharing them on the screen, but we do have your dirty hen calls here. And we've been putting them in our mouths and using them. It's a mouth call.
Dirty hen and
Separate
dirty
calls,
mouth.
not all the same call in all of our mouths.
Here, try this one.
Ooh, I like this one.
Is that hams?
It's like a bit of bush and then some hams.
A
Oh,
bit
yeah.
of
Did
bush.
you see Go Wild?
Aftertaste
Ted's
of
2 cents
Malort.
there. Go Wild was selling bush cans for turkey calls.
Oh, really?
For
You need
April
some
Fools. They
sandpaper? We
sold
can actually
some.
try it.
We need some sandpaper. 'Cause
Oh yeah,
this
well,
thing's
why don't you grab that? That's
way
got to
too
get
smooth.
sandpapered while you're here with the sandpaper. That needs a touch up there. Your Weathered Oaks call. So Matt, for those that don't know, Matt Strime here, not only is he host of the OKS Fisher podcast, but he's also the owner or the co-owner of Weathered Oaks Game Calls, and he manufactures these pot calls here.
These here pot calls.
Can I talk about your pot calls
Sure.
that you make? How do you do it? I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
you don't give us the
Yeah,
secret
who is your
recipe, but-
daddy and what does he do?
Yeah, exactly.
No, they're all hand spun in house, all in Wisconsin here, and everyone's, like I said, done by us. They don't leave don't leave us until they sound good. Something we would use in the woods ourselves, and
And engineering that sound is kind of tricky.
it took a long time. to figure that
You're
out.
selling sound more than you're selling a call.
True.
Like the ability to make it produce that sound is the hard part.
Yep. There's a lot more. I am not scientifically smart by any means, but there's a lot of physics and airflow and all that other stuff that I couldn't even explain to you because I don't understand it. But we go until it sounds good, and we kind of figure out what was going on. A lot of failures. We had a wall of shame. So.
That's like a musician that I couldn't tell you about the musical notes, but I can play a freaking guitar.
Mhm.
And the ones that have talent, plain and simple. Yeah,
Try
that's
to-
a nice loud call too. That's double sided.
It's gonna hear a bunch of weird sounds in the background. Just conditioning one up.
Greg doing that on a ham scan?
Getting there.
I gotta get
Wow,
me one of
it's
these.
pretty
That
quiet.
ham scan sounds better than the.
That'd be a kick in the shorts.
where do people go to buy your calls?
We sell them at weatheredoaksgamecalls.com. Kind of a lengthy website name, but
Who
that's what it
cares?
is. Yeah.
You gotta have it. Yeah, it's rather be overstated than understated, not know where the hell to go.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that sanding sound in the background right now.
It's just getting warmed up.
It's just
Fine.
Greg doing Greg things.
Yeah.
Greg's a tinkerer.
Give me a yawn.
He's the Tinkerbell of the podcast.
He's
group.
trying to
Tinkerbell.
he's trying to take my business away from me. Guys, look, you can just do a beer can.
I mean, you can get
You
my
can.
That's pretty muted. I don't know.
Yeah, it's way muted.
We got to pull up Ted's.
Might have
2
better luck just painting that can red and shaking it
Shake it.
around.
I might paint it red and put it on a stick.
Turn it into a decoy.
Yep.
This is like a bit of a beginner. This is not like I know I want to have some other guests on to talk turkey hunting, but I'm trying to look at the comments and see what else we want to do here. Oh, look at that! It's all sanded up.
Mm-hmm.
You think I can do a good job now?
Possibly. That sounds like the opera. Should I do a quick tutorial for you?
Yeah.
Watch and learn there, Maestro.
90.
That's straight 90.
Yep.
Nin-
With your
90
hand
degree.
kind of on the side, straight 90. Tip it about 5 degrees forward,
So make it 85.
and then pull. And then you do circles. Try to find that break point.
Do I want to tilt it more now? Or?
Nope. Still straight 90. A little bit. So, I don't know, 100 degrees.
So you got to just kind of feel it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just
Little
gotta keep
J
working with it.
stroke.
J stroke, circles. Oh, you're like legitimately drawing the J.
I mean,
He's totally drawn
do I
a
need
J.
to take a J and less
Consider the
literal?
letter J. Today is brought to you by the letter J.
You don't have to do the top
You know
part
what,
of the
you
J.
guys?
Screw you guys. I'm doing him.
Bullshit. Hey, do a J. Wow, that's you're doing too much. You got to do a little less than
Too
that.
little. We gotta do
You
something.
gotta do something.
Do something.
Do a cursive J.
We're calling those fancy turkeys. Those highbrow turkeys.
The old rafter birds.
Yeah.
A whole
Sounds good though. It's that OKS Hunter logo on it. It's really effing it up.
No, that's good. Means it's getting used.
Yeah, that sounds better, Greg. It really was a user error.
It's
Not your call's fault.
every call is a little different, so you got to find that sweet
Yeah,
spot.
there's a
like
sweet
that
spot
break.
in there. Sometimes some of them sound better in the middle. Others sound better towards the edge. You gotta sand them up and condition them, and then start working.
The turkeys are like pretty stupid, right? So it doesn't matter. I'm just kidding.
They
Until
are.
they know
super
you're in the
easy. They're
woods.
super easy to kill.
Oh yeah, super easy.
I mean,
Until you try to kill one.
They have
Yep.
a literal bird brain. Am I not mistaken here?
But they turn that whole brain on for the turkey season.
So they
Before
use
and after, they're like, duh. And then, you can't, just during the season, they superpowers.
I mean, it's kind of like the rut.
Turkey
you know, you're gonna. You know how they say we only use 10% of our brains? Well, I think we only use 10% of our hearts. And turkeys, by the way, they use their whole fucking brain. Might be small, but it's mighty.
All of it.
Yeah, their whole brain's silly and shit. I'm not that worried about it. No, but I've not done a ton of turkey. I've went once with Greg, and it wasn't favorable.
No, it was probably
It was a fine time, but there was no.
except for the fact that you had to get up early.
which I get crabby about.
Hmm.
See, we do a lot of turkey hunts where we don't roost the birds the night before, and we'll get out there right when it's getting light and just do a couple calls at the truck and hear where they're coming from, or we make a play.
I'm just gonna make a play.
Yep.
And that's more fun anyway,
Yeah, you get to sleep in a little bit more.
right? 5 minutes at least.
Yeah, if I can get some breakfast on an early hunt, that's what's up.
Breakfast equals a bathroom break.
Well, yeah, I mean that's fine.
That's why you bring the saddle.
Why are
Lord
you hung
have
out of that
mercy.
tree for turkeys? It's not what you think. It's a sky dump.
Give me a wide berth. Trust me.
Stay back.
Oh Lord!
Hunting the.
Don't
I
put
get-
it out. Don't put
I
out
break
your
out
boot,
from
Harold.
poison ivy really easily.
Yeah. Well, no, that's our buddy Luke with publicly
Oh,
challenged.
Yeah,
Every time I see him, he's got some other rash from something that he's touched in the woods.
it's from all that cool stuff that he eats.
Seriously, he's
Building his immune
He's
system.
like scratching his neck at ATA. I'm like, the fuck you doing? It's like that episode from Something About Mary where he's like got all those fucking shoes. Except it's like, Luke, what'd you? Ah, it's poison ivy. Ah, it's poison oak. I got a reaction to this. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Last time I saw you had something else going on. So they're just freaking itching his forearm. Like
It's a sunburn.
that'll be the next one.
It might be.
Give him a couple days.
I got plenty of that in Florida.
Luke's a good guy.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
I feel bad. The first time I met him in person, he drove me back to my hotel after ATA, and I think I had some hypoglycemic moment from traveling and not eating or something weird, and I was like, whoa, hey man, I'm not doing so good here. And I'm in his car, and I'm like, I don't really know this guy. I'm like, no, seriously, something's fucking wrong with me. I don't know. We might have to go to the hospital. And I was having a hard time. I was like, the walls were closing in on my eyes, and I was like, this isn't happening before. I really can't explain what's going on. I'm really sorry. This is not normal. I'm not on drugs. I don't know what's happening. And then my mother-in-law, who's a nurse or whatever, she's like, it sounds like you're hypoglycemic. I was like, maybe. I don't know. She's like, what'd you eat? And I could remember at that point, but it was kind of weird for a minute. He's like, I think it's all those VOCs from the carpeting in that freaking building. Well, you might be right. I don't know. Those voluntary organic compounds, man, they'll really get you.
Gotta watch it for those.
But they do. They lay all that fresh carpet. It's like a couple football fields worth. And you're like, just breathing in those bright white lights, and you're just all disoriented. You're not trade show life, man. That shit'll get you.
Hashtag struggles.
Hashtag struggle bus.
Yeah, hashtag struggle bus.
You guys have done trade shows, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Not fun. Not fun at all. So no, turkey hunting in the morning. Breakfast would be great. I think that sounds nice. But other than that, like, what do you do when you get the bird? Then what?
Then you go have breakfast.
Well, no, you can bring breakfast out in the stand with you.
You can.
We do that all the time.
Like
Yep.
what? Like a granola bar?
No, like
Burrito. Make
camp food. Like boil some water, and they can't smell, so you could have
No,
the
they can
Col- you
smell,
could have
but
the
they
Coleman
might be
grill
attracted
going.
to whatever you got going on. Because
Yeah, we
they are rafters.
We do that. We'll have cigars. It's a good time. We like turkey hunting that way.
I think that's what I've seen about duck hunting. I've seen people like make eggs
Yep.
in the
Oh,
duck
yeah.
blind. And I'm
Duck-
like,
That's the
forget
cool
deer
part.
hunting. This looks way better. You can like shoot
It
the
probably
shit.
is.
Like, come on, this
You,
looks great.
you get to shoot a whole lot more. Even if you're good, you
But
still
that's
shoot
the
a
same
whole
thing. I
lot
went duck
more.
hunting and I had a fine time, but there was nothing happened.
Wrong place, wrong time. It's just
Yeah,
the way
he's
it
like,
is.
Scott Ford, a good friend of mine, has a guide service at the time. I don't know if he's still doing it, but he took me out and he had a whole decoy setup. We went to Kincaid, and he's like, "Well, they just aren't here today. They were here yesterday. They're not here today, and therefore we didn't have I didn't even get to shoot at a single damn duck." But he's like, I don't even know. He's calling all these duck names. I'm like, how the do you know what that is? It's flying at like 90 miles per hour.
But if it's 90, it's
Far
usually
away.
a blue wing or a green wing
Yeah,
teal.
but he's just calling all this stuff off. I'm like, is that good? Is that bad? Like, I have no
Can I
context.
shoot that?
Like,
Can I
what
not
is that?
shoot
Like,
that?
well, no one likes the coots. I'm like, what? What'd you say?
No, a couple guys. Beg to differ.
I know a lot of
Big
dogs named Cooter. I don't know what you're talking about. There's a lot of dogs with the name Cooter.
Yeah.
That's an interesting dog name. No, Scott Ford, shout out, love. Yeah, Townsend Sportsman. I think they're friends. Yeah. So so I'm like a bad omen though too. I went rabbit hunting for the first time like a month or two ago. Yes, 2 months ago. Not a single rabbit was seen. You could see their tracks going to brush piles. You knew they were there, but they were not coming out. The snow is super deep. Taking
It's you.
fishing. It's me. Like
you.
people are like, and then people apologize to me. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry. I'm like, no, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. And here we go, quoting.
Hey, you
Taylor
just had
Swift
some
the fifth
bad
time
luck.
in a row.
We'll get you out of turkey this year. Let's
Mhm.
get you out of turkey.
But I'm also got the
Between the
late
crew here.
leftover
Yep.
season, so it'll be kind of tricky, right? That's a
No,
different.
I don't know,
Ah,
man.
bird.
it's
like-
better to call and decoy them later in the season, I think.
I love late season hunting.
I mean, I don't love the act of it because it's hot and buggy and green, but the turkeys seem to
We,
cooperate.
we kill a
No.
lot more birds in the late season between 10 and 2. To be completely
What do you mean
honest
10
with
and
you.
2? Like how you're shooting?
9:30
Oh.
9:30 is the best time to start.
Because that's when they break off.
And then they're willing to come to calls
Yep.
and separate from the other
Yep.
toms.
Here it is.
See,
Maybe we shouldn't pour this over
Ooh.
technology.
pour some over my technology, please.
Okay.
Danger.
Danger close.
What I'm doing the last couple of years is different than what you're doing because I can get out before I go to work. So I can go like before school. So super early.
Mhm.
So what I do is the public spots that I'm hunting get really pressured on a Saturday, right? Like, so I'm like Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, I'm like, I'm going to go roost these birds, figure out exactly where they are. I got my cameras out right now trying to figure out when they like to go here, when they like to go here. So I can set up right off the roost and try to whack one before the weekend pressure comes in because you and I both know it doesn't take long for these birds to get educated and
Mhm.
figure out guys with decoys calling on the edge of the field. So like I'm doing like the opposite. I'm like hunting for like an hour in the morning, trying to make it happen and not have to hunt on Saturday and do an all day breakfast kind of thing, even though I want to do that.
But now you're making me feel bad because I hunt differently. I take it more or less seriously. I go out
Wait, so
there
do
to
you take it more or less seriously?
yes.
More or less.
more or less, more or less seriously.
I
but
take
not
I take
quite.
it. Well, I everybody wants to kill a bird, but I don't put trail cameras out for turkeys. I kind of understand a lot of the layouts of the land where they're going to be. I like to go out there and challenge myself. Either get out there real early, listen to where they're coming down. I don't sit in a spot more than 45 minutes. I'm always moving. Hope they took 5 steps a different direction than I was thinking they were going to. I want to back out and swing around, trying to cut them off another spot. So if you only got, I hunt before work too, but
Yeah, so I can get away with that with my job because I don't, I don't think I need to be there before 8:30 most days. I can push it probably 9 o'clock, and if that's the case. Like even my boss, I know he'll go out turkey hunting, in the morning, and he'll come in. He's like, "Oh, I didn't see anything, or I got one already." I'm like, "You got a turkey already? Like
Well.
what? What the fuck you talking about, man?" "Yeah, I had breakfast and everything."
I think my
Took a sky
last
dump. No, just kidding.
I think my last 5 birds I've killed were before school at like 7:30.
That's
Like
pretty
school
nice.
starts at 7:30.
Yep.
There's something about like to getting up early. I do appreciate it. I'm just usually up so damn late that some of that stuff is hard. But
You'll fit in perfect in turkey season because later seasons you'll be up till 9:30, 10 o'clock roosting birds, and then you're out at 2 o'clock in the morning to get out to your spot. So
2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
it gets
Didn't
light
you
by
know?
it gets light by 4:30. So I mean, I have a little bit to drive for some of my spots.
Every
but
day it's getting lighter earlier.
That's like
and
when we went
earlier.
fishing with him. He's like picked us up at 2 a.m. or whatever. I was like, what?
It's only an hour and a half earlier than I normally wake up, so it's not too bad.
He was a little bit of a bitch about it too, by the
That was
way.
fine. We caught a fish before the sun even came up.
We
I was
did.
the first one to catch.
We had
that
we had
fish.
4 bites
Hey-o.
before the sun came up.
That's good.
We didn't even
Um,
have all the rods in the water.
I do like seeing the skyline in Milwaukee before the sun comes up. Like that's a pretty
That's the
cool
nicest
thing.
part of Milwaukee, right there. Is that skyline early in the morning?
Being 20 miles
Being
away from
20
it.
being
In the
being
water.
anywhere from 1 to 10 miles offshore.
Yeah,
Yes,
it does
sir.
look cool. Yeah. When you're up before the rest of the world is up, it's a nice feeling to have.
Well, last year, that later season, the 5th season, I had on my way to work, I had been seeing these 2 toms out in this field right off the highway, and they were there almost every day. And I ended up swinging in and getting permission to hunt the spot. And I hunted the next morning, and the birds didn't show. I didn't hear them, didn't see them, and I was like, "Well, man, maybe they busted out." And I was like, "No, I think they're probably just like on a little circuit. If they weren't here today, I'd try it again tomorrow." So for whatever reason, I think it was our stupid cats, which allowed me to hunt, but I think they woke me up super early, and I
Those
could
damn
not fall
cats.
back asleep. And I was gonna get up to go anyway, so I got up like way earlier than I normally would. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sneak out there. I'm gonna go set up anyway. So I got out there, and where I thought these turkeys would be roosting, I realized they were not there because I'm walking out and there's like 2 big oak trees right in the, like almost the middle of the field, and that's where the farm road goes across this little waterway. So it's the only way to get to this backfield where I wanted to set up. And like I can see their silhouettes and they're roosted up there. I'm like, well, son of a bitch, I gotta walk right between. Like I have to walk underneath the trees to get to anywhere I could set up. Otherwise, it's all open. But they had like their heads tucked, and I was like, time to get sneaky. So I crept underneath them, but it was so early, you know, it was like an hour and 30 minutes before sunrise.
They're used to hearing deer and coons.
Yeah,
and
so
things
I was
run
like, I'll
underneath
just
them
creep
anyway.
under him. So I crept under him, set up my blind, popped up a whole blind 60 yards away down the field line, and I gave it a couple calls right as they started gobbling, and they literally flew right into the decoys, and the hunt was over in like
No.
within minutes
Yeah.
of shooting light.
That's crazy.
I
That's
was just
another,
lucky as hell.
that's another reason you got to get up early too. Because if you would have walked out there 40 minutes later, where it's still dark out, those birds are up and looking.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
get up before you know
Yep,
they
they're
ever make
checking, yep,
noise.
the whole like surveying everything below them, so they know where it's safe to land. So you got to get out there early if you're gonna hunt roosted birds.
Good to know. Dude, Greg, how much bourbon did you pour in this glass?
Enough for you
Man,
and for
gosh.
Matt.
Yeah, like, well, I think you missed a glass here. honestly. Holy cow.
You said you were thirsty.
Got my first tom this past Saturday, hunted them for 10 seasons.
Wow.
It's a nice
That's
bird.
crazy. 10-inch beard, 11. See, that means nothing to me. I have no idea about the beard and the spurs. Like, it means I have
22
no
pounds.
clue. But 22
If nothing
pounds
else,
sounds like a
look
large
at the
animal.
weight.
Yeah,
22 pounds is a good bird. My first bird was 24 pounds.
that's
And
colossal.
that had an 11.5-inch beard, and it had like 1-inch spurs. It wasn't very big on the
So the
spurs.
beards just grow longer as they
Depends
get
on the
older.
season. You know, if
It's
it
not like
was a
it's got
cold,
good
hard
genes.
season,
It's
they
like-
get
it's not
beard
like
rot.
Like a
Odds, is
deer, everyone's a little different.
Yeah.
What's this that I've been seeing about turkey stones? Is that with the rocks that these dumb things
Yep.
eat up?
Mhm.
Because that's how they did. Like they don't have teeth, so they grind around in their gullet.
Yep.
Or whatever you want to call it.
It's like a corn grinder. It
Everything
just
I hear about these birds make me think they're so freaking weird.
But they're delicious though.
But I thought like they ate the stones by accident because they're pecking the ground like that
Nope.
dumb bird from Moana.
Is it a gizzard or gullet or what is it?
Yeah,
a
one of the
gizzard.
Is it a
two.
gizzard?
it's a
gullet,
gizzard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put little pebbles in there. And
Yep.
That's
If
what
you
every
want to have
bird.
a vodka gimlet.
That's what every bird.
I thought you
does,
were just
though.
complaining about
every
having a
bird
glass
does.
full of what the hell?
I've been talking about doing that though, cleaning them out. And
That's what some guys have been doing. There's a guy that's actually pretty friendly with our brand. I think it's Field to Table.
I've had duck
He's
gizzard
been
before,
cleaning
and it's
them.
not terrible. It's tough.
Tell me
Oh,
what you-
I'm not saying eating it.
No, we're talking
I'm
about the
saying
stones.
pull the stones
Well,
out,
keep
rinse
well,
them
no,
out,
I've actually
And they put in this
my
little,
buddy
like,
actually
this
cleaned
little,
them when we
like
ate them.
mason jars.
yeah, not mason jar, but like this little tiny
Be cool.
little cups, and they have like the way that I saw it, they had the beard, the spurs, and then they had this little like shelf on their hanger for like the little
Oh, a vial.
a vial
Mhm.
for the turkey stones.
I would just
And turkey stones in different regions look different because they're eating different rocks.
you can find some cool
whatever
stuff
they're
too.
doing.
Like I know, seen YouTube or whatever years ago. There somebody found a diamond out of a diamond ring in there.
Holy
it's
shit.
It's about that size.
I
So that's what they're
Well, how did that
pecking at.
farmer lose that diamond?
I could see a turkey, or a chicken pecking that up because
He
it
had a
catches
roll in
their
the
eye.
hay
You know,
with
how
the
in the
wife.
hell are they?
The chances.
That's wild.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so do you guys collect? So Wicked North, if you go to wickednorth.com, good friends of ours, they have the little, I don't even know what the hell it's called. They have this little plastic thing that you can put the beard on, so you can hang and display your beard in a really neat kind of way. I don't know if anyone else has that.
I always
You know
just
what I'm
take
talking
my.
about?
I always just take the
in
shotgun
the
shell,
shotgun shell.
cut it in half, and I hang my beard from the shotgun shell.
That's
and
pretty
I
cool.
Attach it to the.
That's a nice way.
I got a whole bunch of fans sitting in the basement that are not on plaques.
you can
'cause
display
how
your
many
fans,
plaques can you put up?
your
Like how many
spurs,
fans can you put up?
your beard and the stones. You got 4 ways. I can't. Hang on here.
Have you seen it?
I can't see my
Wait, I can't see my hands.
I start with my thumb and
Hey,
then I
man.
can't, you know what I mean? Like this doesn't, I can't get that finger out. It got weird.
Sorry.
But anyway,
did.
you got 4 ways to decorate these birds.
And I don't know what to do with my hands right now. I don't know.
Turkey decor. Let's talk about your turkey decor.
Turkey decor.
Like, doesn't it have like a mounted bird?
There's a lot of
That's-
ways.
I
to
think
do it.
I think mounted birds look flipping cool.
How'd you
I've
put a
always
mounted
wanted
bird?
one, but like
freeze dried
I
head.
don't know where you put it.
Expensive.
What do you mean a
Oh,
freeze
it's-
dried
Yeah,
head?
they do a freeze dried head. They're expensive to do. So they take a
Who's
head.
they?
Tax.
Whatever.
They're listening.
They are listening.
They do a freeze dried head.
Yeah, the taxidermist.
Do you have turkey fans in your house?
I have a couple of fans, but I don't have them up. They're just kind of sitting
Is
there.
it OnlyFans or
It's only fans.
Lonely fans.
Lonely fans.
I
Not
think you-
only,
I was
just
walking
lonely.
right
I
into
think you
that one.
gave me one or two of your
I did give you that.
old fans
that-
for feathers to
that
paint
la-
on.
the last one I got-
fans.
That one actually kind of had cool tail feathers because it had like strips of copper on. I don't know if you remember looking at that.
Yeah.
You spread it out and it had like bands of copper on the ends.
Really
Oh,
cool.
It was a pretty neat looking one.
I shot a bird once that had white stripes coming up half the tail fans,
Yep.
little like white featherings, and those things looked super cool when you like pull them out.
The
you
one
do,
I
you
s-
do art with these things too. You
painted, yeah.
Yeah,
painted-
that's
you do
why I
painted
gave him-
fans
I
or
gave him
painted
that
feathers,
fan.
Or
I've not done an entire fan once,
That'd be
or
nice.
not
Maybe a
done it
bigger
yet, but that's what I
canvas.
want to do.
That'd be pretty cool.
We throw them in turkey calls too for people.
what, the feathers?
Mhm.
How do you
Yeah,
like
the one
just
you
in the
did for
glass,
Drew.
just floating
Yeah,
in
the
there?
one I did for Drew turned out.
I like
With
that
oak
one.
tree?
That one's sharp.
How we not got any callers yet? What are you guys doing tonight, listeners?
Sleeping.
Roosting
Freeze
turkeys.
dried is rough.
I mean, rafters.
Hold on. Tony had something. Scroll up.
Oh, he's
Any
asking a
early
question.
season tips mentoring this weekend? Tony, I don't think you need to work as hard as you think you do with early season. They're as stupid as they're acting right now, and it could be because of the warm weather, and it might change because of the cold front we got coming this weekend. But I don't think you got to work as
Is it
hard as you
open this
think.
weekend?
Youth is
Youth and learn to hunt. Like I was asked to help with a learn to hunt for BHA, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't get my crap together in time, and vacation and all the other stuff.
So you have a tag, but you're not going to go out.
No, I don't have a tag for
Oh,
It's
for
like
that. You would
16
take and
and under.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you
no,
can also
there's
do
a mentor hunt.
there's a
That's
mentor
different
hunt
thing.
too,
Is
and
that
that's
for anyone?
that's
You
that's
got to be in the program. That was 2 weekends ago, I think. That's any age, but it's
it was last weekend.
was it last
Yeah,
weekend?
but there's a BHA. It's different. Like they can pretty much almost do whatever they want. Brock explained it to me, but they have a BHA is putting on one with
AKA
the DNR
the
right
real
now.
Rosie.
Right, the real Rosie. That's right.
that
Brock,
mentor,
if you're listening.
that
But
men-
anyway, you can mentor adults during a BHA
See, this one
learn to
was-
hunt.
This was through NWTF, one of our local
Sure.
branches.
So
did
that
it.
it's the
So-
same kind of deal where if it's some type, if it's a conservation organization working with the DNR, they
Mm-hmm.
can pretty much kind of pick a weekend to do it, and on property to and go. And that's what they did. So I don't know if they've got 4 or 5 people that they're mentoring and varying in age, probably from, I'm guessing, high schooler on up to middle-aged person.
Middle-aged persons are
Mhm.
smart individuals.
Right.
I'd like to get your take on this because early season, like now, I feel like more important than calling and decoys is just seeing what the turkeys do because they kind of do the same thing over and over in their big groups. Fly down, they walk this field line to here, they do this. So, like, as far as an early season hunt, I think it would be really beneficial in the next few days is just kind of figure out where they kind of like to be. And I think it almost benefits you to not call or decoy sometimes and just sit where they tend to walk by
Quietly.
because man, I've had times where I've tried to even just do very minimal calling, and those hens will just slowly pull the toms further and further and further away when they're all grouped up like that.
Mhm.
And then most of the time, those toms are not going to peel off on their own till later seasons, fourth
Yep.
season, something like that. What do you think?
Yes. You also got to remember too, you're defying nature when you're turkey hunting. So usually Tom fans up, hens
You make
come.
it sound really cool when you say you're defying nature. But
I
go
use
on.
big words every once in a while.
It is like
Sounds
the
educated.
opposite.
It is. So a Tom, all puffed out, showing all its feathers, acting as big as it can. It's trying to act like the most dominant bird. Hens will come to the most dominant bird. We are trying to defy nature by simulating a hen, by calling, and have those Toms come into the hen. So you got to remember that too. So it's
You explained this to me in our car ride. I'm glad you're saying it
did.
again.
Mhm. So yeah, it's one of those weird things. But going back to early season, I always like to think early season is when you can get away with more decoys because they're still in their groups. They're gonna think it's weird if 15 birds fly down in the field and you have one hen sitting there. So if you're gonna put decoys out, put a couple, 3, 4, 6, however many you got. Or if you're not gonna put decoys out, I would suggest sitting farther back off of that fence line because
Mhm.
I think I don't know who I explained this to once, but if you have nothing set out in the field and there's birds in the field and you're calling away, that bird's going to look out, turn around and go away. It doesn't see anything. It's like when somebody's screaming in a parking lot, you poke your head out and you don't see anybody screaming, but you know somebody's there. Nope, not going to work for me to turn around and go away. If you set up into the woods some, you can coax them into the woods because they're like, that sounds farther away than the field edge. Let's poke my head in and get a look around in there. That's how I like to target them early season is not
If
necessarily.
you don't have that huge, because you're pretty nimble, you said, like you're a little more nomadic. Are you setting up 6, 7, 8 decoys, or are you going back? Like, what is your actual strategy?
So my actual strategy when I go out, whether it's the first week or the last week, is I have one hen decoy feeding and I have my Tom fan. And I don't use it to reap because I'm not in shape to do that. But I'll set up, if I'm working a bird I know is, 200 yards to the north, I set up 200 yards away from it, 200 yards to the south. I'm going to put or not 200 yards, 20 yards to the south. I'm going to put my Tom decoy because usually if the Tom separates off and he comes poking his head up, he's going to see that and he's going to hold up. But I'm trying to get him to hold up in my shooting lane, trying to get him to poke his head up and investigate the scene. He's going to see that Tom, 20 yards off. He's going to hold up and he's going to be right in my window. It's all situational too. So like if you have big field edges, big open fields, and you got a tractor path, like 15-yard tractor path that is the only way through, set up on there. They're eventually going to come.
Mhm.
But then early season, be patient because they're not used to it. They're not used to all the calling. They do hear you no matter what, and they will eventually come to that sound. So
This is great. I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, you taking notes?
This might be a dumb question. You can't rifle hunt a turkey, right?
no,
No,
Damn
not
it.
here.
not in this state.
Oh, how fun would that be? I would just feel like sniping from 300 yards away.
It wouldn't be that
Gotcha,
fun.
bitch. I mean, speak for yourself.
Got him.
There's something about
Got
being
you
a sniper that is
All right,
very
head
fun.
shooting a turkey from 250 would be kind of fun.
Yes.
Now,
Just get like a 50 cal, 500 yards. Well, I guess I'm not eating that one.
Oh boy.
That's turkey burger.
Yeah, that's not going to work though.
but I think like the little
Because
things.
you're talking about like how far you would, like what is the farthest shot you're going to take? It's bird shot, right?
It's
Or
turkey
it's
load.
buckshot, or
It's
I-
turkey load, but if you got your gun pattern for it, you're using like the expensive TSS stuff, you can get a 60-yard shot in no problem. I mean,
Really?
even with lead and a
60
300,
that's a poke with a
poke.
shotgun.
it is.
You got like are you like I've only ever shot shotguns with iron sights. Are you guys got fancy red dots or
Nope.
scopes on your
I
shotgun?
literally have electrical tape holding a like minor little glow stick on.
You
Yeah.
are an OKS hunter. That's good.
hmm
Yeah, you are one of us.
Just
I
need
forget.
that little fiber optic to catch a little light, and that's all you need. One bead. Line it up and let it rip.
That's
Tater
all
chip.
you need, comma, one bead.
But real 40 yards. I mean,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
all day long. 40
Easily.
yards.
And I know, like, I'm just kind of rallying off all the random things that I see come about this stuff, but like choke is you've written blog articles about choking up.
Yeah, I mean, I've played
I don't
around
understand
with.
it.
Well, chokes will change constriction and the pattern of where your shot flies or how it comes out of the barrel. So you can get pretty proficient with a pretty tight choke and the right ammunition and the right gauge, and it's all how you build it basically. So and it takes money to practice and find the right
nowadays,
stuff.
huh?
I mean, well, even before, I mean,
Yeah.
a good box of turkey loads is pretty expensive, and then you go looking at chokes. I mean, you can get by with a $40 choke, or you can go as high as a $120 choke. Is one better than the other with one particular brand of ammunition? Yeah. So you work and try to find things that are in your budget. If you want to buy a cheaper Carlson choke and work with Winchester ammo, which is decent ammo, that's what I shoot. And I've shot it out of that same Carlson choke that's designed to work with that Winchester ammo. I think that was a $60 choke. The box of ammunition was $25 for 10 or whatever it was, which
It's
is
like 50 now.
yeah. So I was smart and bought some while they were cheaper. I think I've got 3 boxes of them. I'm very comfortable out to 45 yards easily. Can I do a 50-yard shot? Things start to fall apart after a certain distance.
You just need one BB.
You only need one BB in the right place.
$50 for shot. Yeah.
Yep, for 410. Yeah, and well,
You're paying- you're-
so that's 410 shells are just out of this world for what
But
they are.
you're paying for those 3 letters.
Yeah.
TSS.
Yep.
What is that?
That's
What
why.
does that mean? Is that the brand?
Yeah, TSS.
It's
It's a tungsten.
instead of
Oh,
Yeah, and tungsten
beads.
is
The beads are tungsten. So
Yep.
super heavy.
Yep.
But for
Guys.
410, they're one of the only ones. Am I right? That
I mean-
are making
No,
turkey
that-
loads
no.
for 410.
What Foxtrot I think makes them.
I
Winchester
think it's pretty
was-
hard to come by.
Winchester was making them, but I think they sold out quick because it's a budget round. Federal was making them. Well, Federal makes the TSS load also, but it's just because it's such a niche product and not a lot of people are shooting it.
a lot more
Supply
than
and demand.
years ago.
Yeah,
Now it's like the cool thing.
yeah,
The
it is.
410,
It's the cool thing.
Well,
It's like
why is that the cool
chasing a
thing?
deer with a stick bow.
I
I'm
don't know,
gonna,
there's-
chase a turkey with a 410.
Yeah, there's
Really?
no recoil. Like,
And if you ever shot a
Well, that
410,
just
they're a
sounds
blast to
comfortable.
shoot.
Mhm.
They're
Recoil-
super fun. I
Yeah.
love
Recoil
it.
hurts.
That was always rabbit and the grouse gun. Was
Yeah.
my dad's, or
Yep.
my dad's, who I think he got it from his dad. It was just the break action 410. One
We were
shot. Always killed more with that than my 12 gauge because you knew you only had one shot, so you aimed a little
Yeah.
harder.
That was the chipmunk killer and the shooter of many other birds that shouldn't have been shot. Probably.
Hey, back to chokes though. The one thing I noticed, I've missed more birds at 15 yards and under. If you
Oh,
got
yeah.
a tight
With a
choke,
super
because
tight
it's
choke.
literally
Talked about
a
that.
yeah.
Two rifled,
Yeah.
like the it's not
It hasn't-
literally rifled, but
it
No,
hasn't,
it just
like,
hadn't had
it
its
hasn't
chance
expanded yet.
to the shot
Got it.
string hasn't expanded out.
Yeah, there's been plenty of times where they're like, shoot. I'm like, I got to let them get 15 more yards away. Otherwise, I got like that big of a window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so at 40, you might
So
have
where
a
you-
pattern like this.
where you aiming
but
at
at
on these
10,
birds?
you're like
It's like that.
this.
You aim for like base of the neck, to
Base of the
head.
neck, yeah, right where the
the
bottom-
feathers,
where the feathers meet
end.
the skin,
Yep.
right where it's red.
Put your bead right there.
Yep.
Let some go up and some go down
you just trash that shit.
and let her rip.
You try to.
Yeah.
I suck at like bird like you take me clay shooting or sports clays, and I'm not good at it.
This,
got-
is, this is nothing like
No,
These
no,
are
no,
not
okay.
moving.
No,
that's
these
a whole
are
different.
non-moving.
That's another thing I suck at. Let's
You
talk about pheasant
literally,
hunting for a second.
the best thing I can tell you is what's really going to screw you up is if you try to put the bead right where the head is. You literally just look at the head and instinctively aim. You point at the head and you squeeze the trigger, and it's all over.
Don't think about it.
Don't
'cause
even
at
think about
30
it.
yards, you have this big of a.
Don't do it.
Dude,
we gotta do more
Let me
than
tell
that.
you what not to do.
How is no one called in on this episode? You got to be kidding me, guys.
We're just that good.
Shocked about it.
People
Anyway.
want to listen. They don't want to talk to us.
This is a radio show. We will take callers.
You will call us now.
Let's call some people.
Yeah,
Randomly call people.
We can do outbound calls. You don't call in.
Have some
we're
more of
gonna
that
start-
whiskey.
yeah,
You
we're
can
gonna start
freaking
calling
drunk
people.
All
dial
right,
some
let's
people.
get her going, huh?
We're
It's
gonna
not
call.
the
We're gonna
white
call.
pages.
Christopher Leppert, you want to get on the phone here? Let's go. I got your phone number. Let's go, buddy. Oak Tree Dreams, Drew. I got your number. I got all y'all's numbers. Let's go. Tungsten Super Shot. Oh, he's telling us what it's
Yeah.
for when I was asking.
Number
stupid
9
questions.
weighs as much as a number 5 in lead, and that's the truth. Tungsten
Well,
is
yeah, the only reason I know what
literally
tungsten's from ice
twice as
fishing.
heavy.
Actually,
Yep.
that's how I know that. Well, that's not the only reason. I know rings are made out of them too. Not mine,
but they hit hard. I mean, I've shot ducks out of the air with tungsten loads like I had no business even shooting at. You know, drop them at 60, 70 yards
were
away.
they in the clouds and you couldn't see them?
Well, and they weren't quite that high, but it was like, well, it's a Hail Mary. Let's let her rip. You know, pull about 4 feet in front and squeeze off, and down goes a mallard out of that group of ducks. It's pretty awesome.
Hey, Chris, you got the memo. Welcome to the show. You're live
Hey.
on the podcast. What's going on, bud?
It's Drew.
Oh, well, shit. Why does it say this happens every damn time?
What's up, Drew?
Yeah, it does, man. I know.
Drew,
What's going on? I
Hi,
had
Drew.
to call in so you guys at least had one caller.
Well,
It doesn't
thank
let you
you.
guys just not.
thanks, buddy.
You can be the one and only. That's okay with us. We're rocking your dirty hen calls over
Yeah,
here.
he's the Thunder Chicken Whisperer over there,
Yeah.
Drew.
Yeah, I try my best. I mean, I took it out, tested the newer one again with some gobblers on public land, and they all loved it. A lot more turkeys out there than I thought this year because I didn't see any for, I don't know, half a month now. So I got a little worried, but I mean, they like it. So I guess that's all that matters to me is that the calls work.
Yeah, that's important. No, we all got them here. So who brought them to us in the Dells? I forget who dropped them off.
Quentin, I kind of started a field staff thing for Dirty Hen Turkey calls because between me and the guys in Oak Tree Dreams, we can only do so much. So I wanted to get more out there and, promotion type stuff.
Cool.
Awesome, man.
Well, we appreciate it. We're gonna
Thank you.
definitely hopefully kill some birds with them.
Yeah, no one gagged.
I hope they work for you guys. I kind of like how Matt said, like a wall of shame. I have a jar of shame with a lot of calls because I don't send out any that look wrong or, just when you look at the mouth call on the read part, you can kind of tell if it's going to work or not. And I just kind of jar it up because I ain't going to send out a bad call. I sent out one, but it was to
You're
my
not
brother,
trying
so
them
I
yourself?
guess that's okay.
You're not putting them in your mouth. Hey, we've tested these. That's why they're dirty hen calls.
Oh yeah,
Calls.
people are like,
We put the
people are
dirty
like,
in the dirty hen call.
how do you know if they? They're like, how do you know these work? I'm like, well, I technically don't. It's just repetition, I guess.
You gotta just mess with
Because
someone next time. Be
Drew-
like, how do you think we got the name Dirty Hen Calls?
Drew likes that
Yeah, exactly.
wintergreen
Is that
tobacco.
wintergreen? You always tasted that at the Ducks Unlimited.
The wintergreen flavor.
Ducks Unlimited shows. You go test out a duck call. Yep, someone was here with a little cherry. Mm-hmm.
That red man.
Yeah, a little red man.
Yeah, people are trying out the run tubes at the trade shows, and they're mouthing them up a little bit.
As long as they're not sticking their tongue down 'em,
Sir,
it's
you're not
okay.
supposed to tongue him. You're gonna mess the read up.
Sir,
French.
That's all you, buddy.
Sir, get your tongue back in your mouth.
It's not French.
It's the wrong end, sir.
Well, or not. You can have that
Yeah,
one.
Right in the gutter.
You try yourself. I don't think I tried it out yet. But
So-
I'm
So what
playing it
tags do you
again.
have this year, Drew?
Well, I have a tag for my son got his first tag this year for
Awesome.
a youth season. He
Oh,
has
cool.
4 season technically, but we're gonna try that. But the weather kind of took a turn, and it's gonna be kind of shitty. But other than that, I have 2nd season and 4th season.
Sweet.
2 darn good seasons, if
So
you ask
in
me.
between
They're all good seasons.
There's
Let's
no
be
bad-
honest.
There's
Yeah.
no bad season.
and between all of us with Oak Tree Dreams, I mean, we're hunting every season, so we're not going to really miss one. But I definitely prefer later seasons just because in the beginning they're, I don't know, just more henned up and they don't like to get away from anything. And you get some of those lone gobblers in the afternoon, but I mean, it's kind of far and in between. If you call on the hen with the gobbler, now that's the key. You got to make that hen come in. Screw the gobbler at that point.
That's what you're talking about. We're going against nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you can convince the hen to
Yep.
come, the gobblers will follow.
But if you notice, only the boss hens come into calls usually because they're like, "This ain't Sally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's this bitch?" Like, come check out
As
the
long
whole
as you piss
scenario.
off the
Yeah.
hen, that's
Yeah.
what matters.
Yeah, they're just like whitetail in the sense that whitetail, their nose is smelling at that molecular level. They know who is marking up a scrape or whatever. The turkeys can hear who
Mhm.
is who. They know who is who. So it's not a familiar sound. But if I do it, they're gonna be like, that bitch has been smoking for far too long or something. I'm gonna try your dirty head one right now.
There you go.
Hey, that don't sound bad though.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Keep practicing. You
Every time I
got- you got
practice,
a
my
short
wife gets
ride to
pissed at
work.
me.
That was better.
It's the call, not the call.
Yeah, a lot of people can't get milk calls to work when they first try them, so that's good.
I got a 45-minute ride to work every morning. I will get this thing singing right.
Covering ground, good friends of ours. They just asked, and maybe Drew, maybe you want to take this one. He said, "Oh, let's just get on the other question on the screen here. Never hunted turkey, but considered bow hunting for them. Thoughts? Also, what do you think about using a regular whitetail fixed blade broadhead versus a giant turkey blade?" That's coming from Matt with covering ground.
Honestly, shoot what flies best out of your bow. If you've never
then
done
we-
it, you want to be 100% accurate and confident in the arrow flight, no matter what you're shooting at. So shoot that fixed
Yeah.
blade. Aim for the base of the wing.
But study a vital chart because
Yeah.
they are way bigger when they're puffed up.
They are.
You gotta aim. It's basically center mass. It's not. It's what you're trying to hit.
Oh yeah, you can easily miss when they're all fanned out.
Too
Turkey
busy
hunting is
staring at the
complicated.
fan.
Yeah, eyes up here, pal.
Hey, I'm down here. I'm down here.
Tom DeCray said he's probably shot 10 birds with his whitetail setup. Works fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, it's a lethal setup. If it can kill a deer, it can kill a bird.
Yep.
Right?
Sharp blades.
Theoretically.
Shot placement. That's the big thing.
Yep.
Cool. No, Drew, thanks for
Well, I
calling in,
hate to
man.
do this. I was gonna say I do have a customer. Like I said, was gonna happen. So I called from work because
You
you
gotta
guys are
deal with
just
your customer
more
if you're at
important some days.
Thanks. We appreciate
Have a good
you.
day, guys.
You too, buddy.
Hey,
Thank you.
thanks a lot, Drew.
Take care.
I have a customer standing here.
He's got a question
Sir,
real quick.
I was trying to. No, I was actually trying to get into the podcast over there. Who are you talking to on the phone? It's a radio show. I didn't win anything, but I tried.
Awesome.
I was talking to corporate. Oh, don't worry.
I was talking to corporate.
We got
He
this.
probably works for like a local company. You guys have a corporate headquarters? We do now.
They're on a condom.
And they work late hours.
Very late.
They've been drinking. Well, good episode, fellas. I think we can pull the plug on this one for now. I think we're going to do a fishing one after this, right?
Sure.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, might as
Do it.
well knock it out.
I don't know why you guys want a drunk Eric Clark on your fishing podcast.
That's where you sound the best.
Gonna bump up ratings.
Oh, God.
You start making sense.
We went to 600. We got to 602. I had to kick a few out. We're back down to 600. So it's all
We're
good.
going to lose followers.
Yeah.
Hey, also, so I'm going to just a housekeeping thing here. Ducklander podcast. We inadvertently named it the same name as somebody else that has a duck call company called Ducklander. 2 words, not one, like we had done it. I don't know how we missed that. We did. Called the owner of the company. Super good dudes. If you need a duck call, like I think they probably make great calls. They've been in business for 20 years. So pretty neat company, pretty cool guy. Probably will be a guest on our podcast at some point now from the result of that call. But we have decided to change the name to not cause confusion in the marketplace. And I'm not in business to piss anybody off. So the new podcast name is Upduck. And it's a mix between upland hunting and duck hunting or waterfowl hunting. So
Not to be
Smells
confused
like-
with Upchuck.
yeah, what smells like
What's up, Doc?
Do it up, Chuck.
yeah, you got Bugs Bunny that says "What's up, Doc?" You got the whole up dog thing. Smells like up dog in here. What's up, dog? Not much. What's up with you? Like, so every person we've told the name.
That is a shit-eating grin right there.
He's ready.
Every person we've told the name up dog to has been
Did we
very
forget to
happy.
mention we're
We're sponsored by Drop Time Spirits.
Sponsored by Drop Time Spirits. Have a little drop time today.
Anyway, it's Up Duck, and we're gonna start putting out episodes. So we did one under the Ducklander name, and then we realized quickly that we messed up because the real Ducklander started following us. I was like, wait, what's this?
I fudged up, guys.
We're following
Who
ourselves.
the hell is this? And this guy's probably like, who the fuck are these guys?
Awkward.
He's like, he did say
Yeah.
we
When
had
did
a
we start a
awkward-
podcast?
He did say we had a kick-ass logo.
Oh.
So when you see it, the Up Duck logo is kind of cool, I think. Like, I'm
Mhm.
obviously a little biased about it, but
Does that mean we're all going to go duck hunting this year?
we have to. So they have 3 hosts. It's
Have
not.
you
It's
ever?
none of us. The
Never.
hosts are it's
Never.
Tyler Meaden, Jeff Ludicky, who
Yep.
was at the trade show with us. You met Jeff,
Mhm.
and Matt Jeske. So Matt lives along the Mississippi. He duck hunts in a duck boat on the Mississippi. Jeff lives in the neighborhood across the street from where I shot this buck, and Tyler lives right down the road from here in Oconomowoc. And so a central thesis of that is like really focus on dog training, and so like there's field tests or what are they called
Field trials.
field trials,
Mhm.
hunt tests,
Mhm. Hunt tests. Field trials.
and then in the field. So Tyler, he does a lot of hunt test type training for dogs, for gun dogs, but
All
he's the
year.
first to admit that he can't hunt dogs really well. He doesn't train them for hunting. He trains them for these hunt tests. So then like the other guys
Makes 0 sense.
are really
doesn't it?
good in the field with dogs. 2 different worlds, a lot of different dog breeds amongst the 3 of those guys. A lot of dog training, a lot of upland and duck hunting. So I'm just going to plug in here because it's like officially launching, and I thought it'd be worth the.
A fish. Okay, it's fish. I see what you did there.
We have a network now. We have a network. We have the Fisher, the Up Duck, and the OKest Hunter. So Up Duck, I don't know why I got a different name. We could have called it Okayest, but we're like, some of you guys duck hunt, some of you pheasant hunt. So we tried to do a little. I don't know what this
Collab.
means. Yeah, I just keep
Collab.
doing this and no one can hear me on the thing.
It's one
I
of
don't know what
these.
to do with my hands.
It's one of these.
one of
You know, this.
you put your hands together and
Are you
squeeze them.
traveling? Traveling? What are you doing? What are you doing there?
So yeah, that's what I have about that.
Pew,
So
pew.
whoop, whoop, whoop.
Open the doors and see all the people.
Hey.
Go, come more.
Anyway.
Which one is the? Oh, that's not the right one.
Cricket!
That's about what it's going to be.
Fitting, though.
Lord have mercy.
There we go. Let's do the.
That's the best.
There
one.
it is.
You
It's the best
taught him.
one. Well, yeah, you figured out how to close it out.
There you go.
Yeah,
You're
we're
getting there. You're getting there.
Yeah, that's all.
You got those little bird lips.
You got those little bird lips. Well, thank
Most important part of turkey hunting, anyway, is just sitting still.
you. Yeah,
Honestly, it
They
is.
have, they have really good vision.
Sit down and
right
shut
here.
up. And if you got good enough decoy set up, they'll come right to them.
Well, so by the way, I'm just only going to go hunting with somebody here because I don't have anything. Like, I'm not doing any work here, guys. I'm just going to.
What I
show
think
up.
we need to do, honestly, is
I'll
the
pay for
four,
breakfast,
the four of
okay?
us need to like settle on a spot and let's just go tag team it. The 4 of us.
We go with Matt's unreliable guide service.
There we go.
We'll put you
Yeah.
on some.
If someone
birds.
can get me to kill a bird, you are the best guide service because as we've learned, I'm the problem. And if
I
you
don't
can,
know,
if you
man.
Get this bad omen to
I-
get something.
I just had piss poor permission and couldn't get you on a good spot.
You were gonna come. I had that bird roosted
did.
last year,
You
but
did.
you
Well,
had.
I
had
thought
to
for
switch
sure he
days.
was going
I
to
had to
go
switch
there.
You
days.
texted me at like 2 a.m. that your kids were
Oh,
sick
yeah.
and you were up all night.
Classic.
You
Shit
couldn't
hit the
make it.
fan. Shit hit the fan.
yeah, I was like,
I had a name
Holly's
tag
like,
around that thing said Eric's turkey. on
Holly
it.
was like, you better. I was
did.
like, I can't. She's like,
He literally
You
caught
need
it
to.
from the roost, put a neck tag
Son of a
on
bitch
it.
was tied up to a tree. Now I had to go let it go the next day. 'cause
Yeah,
I
I had
didn't
to
have
go
a
over there with
tag.
wire cutters and clip it.
anyway, you guys have a good night. We're gonna mute the mics and roll out this music here. So, adios.
Peace.